Hey guys, it's Vernie here. Another Tuesday, another Vault video. This is Season 3, Week 17. Really grinding it out over these last few weeks. We have almost as many keys as we did the week prior, even though I didn't play over the weekend. I got the bulk of them done. I think the only character we're missing is the Warlock, which again is kind of sat unused. I don't know if I'll play it or not. I'm kind of feeling it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and just get right into it. Blizzard also released some interesting news. Okay, I'll rephrase. Maybe not interesting. They released some news concerning Season 4 dungeons and item level. Looks like the difficulty is approximately being bumped down 10 levels, and affixes are being bumped down as well. So a plus 20 now is supposedly going to be a plus 10 in Season 4. They still haven't announced the dungeons yet. I think it's still assumed to be Dragonflight dungeons, all 8 of them. Maybe with the Mega. But, yeah, we'll see about that. So, some kind of interesting changes to the key level system. It's definitely a bit inflated right now, but that can be another topic. So, the Paladin, we just did 1 key. Still progressing Mythic Tindril. We got him down to 11%. So, hopefully next week we can get us a kill. And on to Farak. We're just going to open as Holy. 1 key. If we got a Venusaur Blood, that would be disgusting. Well, we didn't. Oh, we didn't even do an 18. I forgot. I just did a random key for tokens, so we're taking the tokens. I was like, this is the wrong item level. And, I mean, I don't really know what I'm going to do with these tokens. Probably just going to buy gold, honestly, if nothing else shows up. You don't really need anything. I guess I could craft some ret or prot off-spec gear, but again, I don't play those specs, so it's hard for me to justify it. Yeah, we really didn't get to do too many raids last week. I think we only have 1 character with raid boxes, so it's going to be a lot of dungeon stuff. I mean, I've been trying to finish out the last couple levels on most of these characters, you know, getting them from that 480, 481 up to like the 484 mark. I think we're up to 5 or 6 at 484. So those characters are pretty much going to be done. There's very little you can do outside of, you know, rolling Lucky Vaults at that point. Priest is 483. We did 118. It's going to be the same story as it's been. Mythic chest. Myth chest or myth weapon. And myth boots. It's pretty much it. Oh, it's a cape. It's a Verse Mastery cape. That's awful. We'll take the 2 tokens and we'll get a socket. We have a lariat, so a socket is not the worst thing in the world. And I guess we'll be putting it on our myth belt. Cool. Whatever. Not exciting, but it works. 483. We'll break the 484 eventually, I'm sure. Eventually. Alright, Shaman next. Another 1-boxer. Looks like my cam is slightly out of focus. See if I can fix it while on the loading screen. Sorry. I don't know why. This autofocus feature does not like my face. That's better. And just in time for the loading screen to be over, so look at that. Look at that. Shaman, 484.3. Looking for myth helm, gloves, legs, everything but chest, basically. Any tier piece but chest is what we're looking for. We'll open his enhance. The same exact cloak. Oh, you hate to see it. We're taking tokens. So next week we'll be able to get a socket if we can't find any gear. Ooh. God. That shitty fucking cloak. I think this week we're going to be breaking 600 dungeons on the season, so that's kind of exciting. Season 1 we only did about 540, and Season 2 we did like 430 something. Season 2 was a pretty marked drop-off. I don't know why, but I wasn't the only one. I think the community in general just did not enjoy a lot of the Season 2 dungeons, and it seems like those are going to be coming back for Season 4, so I hope there's some changes to those, because some of them are awful. Halls of Infusion. Awful. Anyway. Evoker. I think I just did 1 key. What do we even need? An offhand? Basically an offhand or a neck, that's it. Everything else is worthless. Hey, that's an offhand. It's with awful stats, but you know what? I think we take it, because we can't get a socket, so I think we just take it. Ask and ye shall receive. Like the one fucking piece I could use. So, cool. Again, awful stats. Crit versus terrible, but... I had the Druid. I think I did 4 keys on. We spent some time on him last week in case we needed a Druid as a backup for Tindril. We ended up not needing him, so that was great. We found a pretty beast Feral Druid, so that spot is now filled. And I think his character is pretty much done. Upgraded the last of my crafted gear to 486. We're sitting at 483. I guess we could use like Myth Gloves. With bracers, with belt. I would take a sick myth trinket. I don't even know what. I'll stay feral, I guess, and yeah, I don't know. 2 dungeon slots on the myth track. Oh, there's myth gloves, but they're tier. Huh. I don't think I have any piece to swap these out. I don't like losing the haste. It is myth gloves, though. Or myth cape. Crit haste. Hmm. I don't need a socket. I definitely don't need the socket. God, the cape is not great. Crit haste is, like, really middling. And we lose avoidance. I'm just gonna take the gloves. It's so minor, it really doesn't matter at this point. I think long-term, having gloves is a better differential than cape. There's just so little stats on the cape that it's like, who cares, man? Plus, it gives me the appearance, so woohoo, mythic glove appearance. You'll love to see it on your druid, since you'll be in form all the time. Alright, the monk. A monk also did 4 keys. I ended up doing 120 for a portal just for funsies. I don't know why I felt like doing it, but I did. Maybe we'll work on getting our alts portals. Looks like portals are not going to be account bound until the War Within, so there's still 2 more seasons, or a season and a half rather, of getting portals. So maybe we'll work on more portals. So 2 dungeon slots at Myth Track. Myth Gloves, Myth Ring, a Myth Trinket, Myth Neck. That's it. And we're gonna open his Windwalker. Maybe we get like a Midas Talisman or something. Oh, it's a spiked counterweight. That is like the worst trinket you could get. And a belt with speed, but that's where our embellishment is. Or we take a socket. We really don't have a space to recraft a legend or an embellishment, so I can't take this trinket. This trinket's awful. Like, haste is so bad, and it's not a great proc. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be the tokens. Bit of an unfortunate result, but, you know, you live with it. We will put a socket into our 489 helm, so I think we're down, what, 2 sockets left, bracers and ring. So, a lot of sockets this week. We're filling out them gem slots. DK, we did a Farok kill, which we did not get the legendary. Again, I think we're up to 7 or 8 now, so we're about halfway there for the quote-unquote guaranteed legendary. We did do 1 key, so it'll be 1 myth key slot. I still haven't crafted the legendary on the paladin just because I don't play Ret, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to unless the price drops drastically or I get really bored. So this character, Myth Chest, Myth Shoulders. Those are the biggest pieces. Anything else, kind of don't care. We'll open as Unholy. Maybe there's some weird, you know, weapon we could take that's 3 item levels higher. Ooh, crit verse ring. It's actually not bad for blood because I don't have a lot of crit, so this would be good stats, but I think I already have... I have a crit master ring with a socket. No, we're just going to take tokens. We'll take tokens. And then next week we can grab another socket if, you know, nothing drops. We could socket our 489 belt or our 486 embellished bracers. Not super exciting. Okay, we're a little more than halfway done. Alright, the Mage. The Mage did the bulk of the keys. I've been playing the Mage a lot, just trying to get a feel for it. Doing a lot of Arcane practice. It's been going so-so. I will say Arcane is not the best in Pugs. I feel like Frost is very easy to pick up and go. Arcane and Fire, it helps if you have a little more planning and you can pull around your cooldowns more. But it's been fun learning. I'm liking it a lot. I could see myself potentially playing it as a DPS if I go back to DPS next year. We're 482.9. We've got lots of aspect crests. Probably upgrade this belt if we don't get anything. What would we like to see? Helm, shoulders, a Myth Iridol, a Myth Balefire, and I guess I would take a belt. Belt's last on the list, but you know. Okay. Myth, Haste Mastery, Avoidance, Dagger, and then 2 Myth Trinkets. What the hell? With speed. Or we take a socket, which I don't think we have any sockets yet, so a socket would be useful. Okay, I don't think the Sea Star is like amazing. I have Augury, which is good, and I have Balefire Branch, which is good. So let's just glance at the Sea Star. It's pretty mid for Arcane. I don't think it's amazing for Fire. It's bad for Fire. For Frost, it's okay, but not really better than either of my trinkets. I can't take it. And I think I have a Myth Weapon already, a Crit Haste Myth Weapon. So this doesn't really make me, like, I'm not going to swap out Iridol for that. And this trinket's trash, so we're going to take the socket. And we'll go ahead and put it on our embellished bracers, because why not? Oh, A lot of sockets this week. That's okay. We'll keep working on the Mage. The Mage is the one I've been playing a lot of. Alright, Demon Hunter's next. 4 keys, all at 18. Vengeance is insane. It's got crazy control, pretty good damage, solid self-healing. It's a good tank. It's, again, very easy to pick up and play. I feel like Vengeance and Guardian are probably the 2 easiest tanks right now, for me personally. What do we need? I mean, Myth Tier. Myth Tier in any slot, except for hands. A Myth Weapon would be cool. Yeah, that's it. Let's see the Myth Tier. Myth Shoulders! Okay. We do lose Avoidance, which is not great. This is a Crit Mastery Ring. We already have a Crit Mastery Ring for Havoc, so we're not going to take a second one. We will happily take the Myth Shoulders, and we'll catalyze these most likely. We'll look and see like which piece is best to leave uncatalyzed. So cool. 477.88. Very small incremental increases, but these characters are nearing completion. The Hunter, again, the Hunter's around 477. I think we did 1 key. Just for funsies key. Ever since the 0 to Hero stuff, I kind of have not been playing the Hunter, which I still need to finish editing those videos, but I have not been super motivated to do that. I will get them done. I just can't say when. Uh-oh. WoW. Almost froze WoW out there. What are we looking for? A Myth Helm? Or a Myth Trinket would be sick. Honestly, a Myth Ring wouldn't be awful either. In fact, let's open as survival. We want to make sure we can get melee trinkets. Witherbark's Branch. Oh, I think it's actually really good. I don't think it's great for survival, but I think it's disgusting for the other 2. It's pretty meh for survival. Mastery is not a great stat, but it's good in AoE. It's really good for BM. I think it's BIS for BM and Marks. We have to take it. I don't care about a socket. We have to take this trinket. Also, our trinkets are pretty meh anyway, right? Like, what are we replacing for this? 480 for 467. Probably drop the eggshell. I think the eggshell is the least good. So, I mean, that's cool. I don't think I've seen a 480 branch on any character. So, real interesting. Alright, Warriors next. Warrior did... How many keys did I do? 118? And then a full heroic clear. Did not get the legendary. I think we're at 4 heroic kills now, so slowly making our way. We tried our hand at Fury last week. It was okay. It's decently fast-paced. It's a little less of the Raging Blow spam and more Bloodthirst and Rampage instead, so What do we want? I mean, tier that's not helm basically, and I guess we would take a chest or sorry, a weapon or a shield for prot. So we'll go ahead and spec prot. That's what we've been primarily playing. Ugh, 480 helm with leech. We've already got that. Not exciting. Technically, the leech makes it better, but mastery haste neck, kind of interesting. Verse mastery bracers. That's our embellish and haste crit chest, which we already have, or we take a socket. I mean, honestly, I'm just going to take the socket. None of these are very exciting. So, we'll take the socket. This is what, our 6th socket? Sockets galore this week. And we'll just put it in our helm. So, 476. Progress is slowed on this one. Alright, last character finally is the Rogue, 480. 480 vault is what I mean to say. We have 118. This character's like 471. I mean, I'm having fun playing it. I do need to try the other specs, but Rogue was on the short list. I'm kind of indifferent now. We'll see how I feel this week, depending on the affixes. I think it's Sanguine. Yeah, 471. Looking for like a Myth Dagger, a Myth Nick of Time, or a Myth Tier that's not a helm, because that's our embellish slot. So no helm, no boots, preferably. A mirror. Oh. I don't think mirror is that good. Like, yeah, it's a 480, but is it better than a branch or bandolier? I don't think it is. Maybe for sub. It's okay for sub. It's like on par with bandolier. It's good on AoE for sub. I mean, I guess I'll take it. It's a fucking trinket. Maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. I don't know. 2 tokens is not really going to get me much. This character is far away from needing sockets, so whatever. And then affixes for the week. Tyrannical, Volcanic Sanguine. Wow, great week. Great push week. Great week to get into keys. Super easy affixes, like ones where you don't have to think a whole lot. Just dodge the volcanoes and help your tank move shit out of Sanguine. So, anyway, that's going to be all for me this week. Hope you guys had some good vaults. Feel free to catch me on twitch.tv/Veronix. Be streaming a couple times this week for sure. A little more this weekend. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.